muted. Let me see. Actually, well, I thought this was going to be the first time that things started out. What is it called? Start smooth, and I guess not. Well, it's smooth enough, but I feel like there's probably some stuff that I can fix again. So let me try that. Give me just 1 minute. This and then that. Okay, now maybe this OBS setup is slightly more zen. Not that it's ever zen, but yeah. Yes. So where do we start? Had a very funny day. Um, so yes, maybe start from the beginning of the day. Um, so remember, I'm not sure if last night you call this beginning or not, but last night I called it at like what about 3 a.m. my time, right? So and you guys might be thinking that well I probably got enough sleep. Guess what? I did not. So I actually woke up naturally. I don't know how, but I literally woke up at like 7 something. So I've gotten less than 5 hours of sleep, which always happens when happens when there is work related stuff, meetings or deadlines or stuff like that. So I woke up at 7 something, and for one reason or another, I realized that I just naturally suspected that yesterday I just naturally found one of the sources of a bug yesterday, which I mean is maybe a good sign about my programming skills, but also bad sign for my I don't know of my state of mind. I guess that I would just wake up and immediately suspect where I left off last night, what was wrong. But anyways, yeah. So I woke up and then I took at the code again, and I actually caught a bug. So I caught a bug, and then I tried to confirm it with my teammate, and that was 7:30 ish. And then I was like, okay, it was 7:30, and my next meeting is at like 10:30. So what do I do? Well, I mean, the natural thing is to maybe go back to sleep, or at least like try to relax, listen to music, play video games, or whatever. But of course, that is what normally what should happen, and that is not what happened. What happened is that I just pretty much ensured that my day started in the worst. I mean, not worst, it's good, but started in the in the in, in the most wrong way possible, basically. Well, not necessarily that either, but basically, well, I realized that a couple of my teammates for another project was meeting between like 8 to 9 a.m. today. I did not have to attend the meeting, but guess what? I was already awake. I was already at my laptop, and I had to wait for my teammate to reply. So guess what? Of course, I just hop into the meeting, and I try to understand as much as I can, and then I was doing lab work at like 8 a.m. Yeah, after getting like what? Well, way too little sleep. Okay, so fine. That meeting went relatively smoothly. That was almost fine-ish. I actually got a reply from my colleague, from my teammate about the bug. So I got distracted for a minute during the other meeting, but it was fine. It was fine. It was fine. Okay, so and then of course I took a quick shower, went on campus, and then it was just in time for the 10:30 meeting, and then well glad actually it was I mean quote unquote meeting. It was fine in the sense that well right. So I my teammate confirms that well that it's a bug I have. So I try to fix the bug, and it turns out that the bug is well. Okay, fine. First of all, I went onto campus to listen to a talk, but then the talk I actually already knew everything in the talk, so I didn't actually have to listen to it. So of course, the most natural thing is that to see, okay, yeah, my teammate actually told me what was the bug. So I just spent the meeting trying to fix the bug, and the bug did not get fixed. It turns out that by fixing the bug, it just uncovered a lot more bug. So it's like, in the I don't know how to say in English, but it's like,修不完的 bug. It's just like, it's just every time you fix a bug, you just introduce a few more, or maybe I don't know. It's just a never-ending, what is it called? Never-ending hole of rabbit hole of debugging, and it's amazing. So, anyways, yeah. So there was this talk that I was listening to while trying to debug, and then we still have a bug, and that's why I'm here today. I mean, that's why I'm here right now, so I can get to the programming part of the of the. I can get to the programming part and try to fix a bug. But I mean, of course, this is like 4 something p.m., right? So of course the day was not over yet. There was the Okay, so lunch. It was a lunch that it was this like social free lunch thing. So I went, and it turns out that everyone else knew each other, except people in my lab. I mean, okay. So here's the funny thing. So people in my lab are in a different building from other people in the same department. And because of that, now everyone else outside of my lab know each other. And people in my lab, of course, we know each other, but we don't know anyone else in the event. And the event has like what 100 people or something. So yeah, it was the kind of socializing that is slightly tiring but also slightly fun. We actually met someone, chatted with someone who is working on LLMs on AI, and it was quite nice to see that people in my school also works on that. In my I guess institute also works on that. So they were working on some how well my roommates are talking in the living room. But anyways, yes. What was I saying? Hmm. Huh. This is I feel like this is the type of situation where it gets difficult because I didn't get enough sleep, so my what is it called are extra sensitive. But let's see if I can fix that by making my BGM louder, but then I'll be speaking louder to compensate. No, I was speaking loud enough. Probably will not change anything. Okay, good. Where was I? Right. So yeah, it was actually quite nice. It was someone who worked on the similar kind of issues that OpenAI and ChatGPT are struggling with recently. So should I just go into BRB and say hi to my sweet mate? I probably should, right? Yeah, let me do that. All right. Yes. Where are we? Yes, it's time of the Friday where everyone returns home from campus. This is quite nice. Um, except I feel bad for others who have homework due on Fridays. But then maybe I shouldn't feel bad for them seeing that I'm in the same boat. So at least they have a party to go to in a couple of hours. Not sure if let's go to bed or not. But I am here debugging for the foreseeable future. But anyways, yes. Chat a bit more, I guess. Where was I? Right. So there was this. I mean, it's not like it's a new problem. It's just some AI research problem, where it's concerning unsafe uses of AI. Basically, like people would form these very parasocial relationships with chatbots and having unhealthy attachments, because of course that is what people do. I mean, that is not so surprised. I mean, it was only more people have more, what is it called, there's more uptakes on it recently because of the new ChatGPT thing, and also this recent news about, I mean, this tragedy that there's this teenager who basically, well, who passed away after, well, yeah, he after, you know, yeah, maybe I should just say, yeah, this ChatGPT user that passed away, and that ChatGPT was not able to catch certain signs that it probably should have. But yeah, I mean, there was that, but the recent news. But then besides that, there is, it's always been a thing with this, like maybe this like replica things. If you guys have ever heard of it, basically this, the this like AI companion thing, and now there's also the Twitter thing that is heading into the arguably the wrong direction. So yeah, there's I met someone who's doing research on that and chatted a bit about the similarities and differences between what they are working on and what OpenAI is working on. And it turns out that quite there's a there are some overlaps, because, well, I mean, maybe one of the reason why there are some overlaps is because they actually recruit from our school. So people, I don't know the details, like if they graduate and go there or if they work there for interns or whatever. But basically, yeah, there are these like new AI guardrails and this and that. So yeah, I mean, it's nice meeting new people, and I also met this other guy who actually been to Taiwan before, and it's quite nice. And I also was able to spend this time knowing people in my group a bit, in my lab a bit more. That is also quite nice. So yeah, I mean, so the kind of socializing that is actually, now I don't even know if I mean, I'm an introvert that I am pretty much sure of, but then I feel I've gotten better at certain types of socializing, including the one today and maybe the one right now. Um, Maybe I'm good at, I'm getting better at talking about things I'm interested in, I should say. But then when people are just making jokes that I'm not so interested in, I guess I could also get into that in a bit. But when people are just like having this, like, I don't know, politically incorrect crass jokes, or talks about, like, I don't know, movies or shows that I don't watch, that I feel like that kind of things get boring for me a bit faster. But then, of course, like what I was saying the other day, maybe I should, um, yeah, either I should learn about it a bit more, or I should just keep doing what I'm doing right now to kind of avoid going that route. As surround myself with people who have similar interests, which is funny. But anyways, yeah. There was also the I also talked to my boss earlier today. he was as what is it called? When I say boss, I mean of course the I work in the lab, right? My advisor is the I guess the term that people use. He's basically as ambitious and as blunt as always, which is both good and bad. I mean, I'd much rather hear like this kind of blunt feedback than otherwise. But then it's still, it's always quite a bit to take in about like where I am and where I'm going and am I ever going to graduate basically. And why am I productive? Am I not productive? Things like that. Or like why for certain projects I've been working on some projects for like months or years. I mean not like actually yeah, these were years and then we're not getting published for maybe this or that reason. Um, Part of it is just time frame, right? That he works in more like practical stuff, and engineering projects has slightly different time frame than some like heavily theory projects. But but then also a lot of it is also on me. Like I just have to somehow learn to do a better job. Or to basically like he did give some good advices, so I should just follow him. Like maybe I mean, not just detail oriented, but also actually have a more of a, big picture in mind, like what is worth doing and what is maybe not high priority, instead of what I'm doing right now, which is basically just go bottom up and then maybe wasting a lot of time and energy in the in the process. Or I don't know, maybe part of it is also just that well, I'm surrounded by people who are too good at what they're doing. Um, I mean, people who've graduated from better schools than I am in right now. Maybe it's not sure if that's a good, even a good way of phrasing it or not. But yeah, I mean, there's that. Um, oh, and the other thing, maybe the other thing that weighs on my head a bit more. Always happens when I'm like tired or stressed or this or that. But then I start remembering things that are. I mean, I always remember things, right? But then I start remembering things that I don't have the capacity of processing. And because of that, it just piles up very quickly. And yeah, I mean, this is, how should I say it? Um, it's good to remember things. It is good to remember things. Things as in remember my past. Um, I mean, for a very long time, I don't. I try to not remember, but now I think it's good to remember. But sometimes it's a bit much, and I would much rather remember them when I have more, time and energy and control to think about them instead of just be overwhelmed by what I remember or could have and should have. Um, yeah. I mean, there's still. I mean, I feel like part of why I should be unwinding is also because of that. But I mean, of course, we have programming to do, so there's that. But yeah, maybe I finish telling my story first. So, what happened after that? Of course, we had another meeting because we always have meetings. Speaking of that, I always feel like I'm not sure if this is the yeah. Instead of saying I feel bad, it's like well, yeah, I mean, maybe I should just say I feel bad, or yeah, maybe a bit guilty is the right term. That I feel like I'm like letting my teammates down because I always take so long trying to program anything. No matter if it's game dev or whichever project, I'm in like what 5+ projects. If you count both research and non-research, and maybe a couple more if you even count this streaming thing and music thing, of course. So, and now I feel bad to my teammates that I am maybe not so productive. in any of them. And maybe this also contributes to what my advisor says earlier today, right? That it looks like I'm doing stuff, but it doesn't. But for one reason or another, it does not translate into something that is what's it called? Something that is measurable. Maybe, yeah. Is that, or or maybe I'm just not productive. Who knows? Or yeah, I don't know. But I mean, that's just a typical grad student worry, right? So that is nothing new. Um, but yeah, I mean, we had this meeting about why do I still have a bug. I mean, not just that, of course, but also why have I not looked into other tasks that I was assigned? Because, and of course, the obvious reason is because I still have this bug that I need to fix. But then there's also other questions like why did I not think about if I can work around this bug? Just take a completely different approach. Um, So, I mean, maybe I can good segue to go into the actual programming thing. So this is, hardware design, right? That I'm working on right now. Let me see. Let me see if I can attempt to share the right thing after making sure there is nothing suspicious open. Close that as well, and close enough. Yeah, yeah. So this is hardware design, right? So this is basically just like doing the kind of like hand, like implementing everything by hand. There is, I mean, this is not hardware. But this one is the actual hardware. It is there's this spinal thing, and there is this this component thing. This is equivalent to a Verilog module, basically. So I mean, this is a hardware design which you can either do by hand or you can use these other tricks like high-level synthesis. And there's also this other AI route that you can somehow put into a mix. This somehow. But then now I'm just building from by hand and then I have bugs. So why did I not look into other routes? Well, I mean, now we have better answers, which is that, well, I mean, high level synthesis is, and maybe you don't know, maybe I should not expect you to know. High level synthesis is a bit too inefficient. And because this thing, which I've implemented by hand, is barely fast enough and this high level synthesis thing is a lot easier to use, but it is never going to beat handwritten hardware design. I mean that there's no way to beat a handwritten RTL, handwritten code. So I mean that is the same story as either you handwrite assembly or you use the compiler. Um, Even if you compile from C, you never get faster than handwritten assembly. And similarly, you could write a Python code in general never beats C. Um, I mean, uh, talking in some very broad strokes here, I'm sure you guys have like counterexamples here and there, and maybe the argument of using saying that yeah, NumPy is actually backed by C and stuff like that, this and that. Um, but yeah, I mean, I'm just talking broad strokes here. That high-level synthesis is it is slower. The question is just how much slower. But the problem is that well, this is already somewhere between barely fast enough and well, just not fast enough. So if you add in another overhead from high-level synthesis, it's just not going to work. And I probably should have said that when this was brought up, but then the reason why I did, but then the fact that I did not have that as a answer and I had to go back and think shows that yeah, I probably should have done more high level thinking. But yeah, anyways, with that said, fine. That's actually talk about the bug and how to fix it. So what happened since yesterday? Well, yesterday I basically say that okay, now the my thing gives, well, I have some test data, and then I have some and then I try to run the test data to see if if my implementation spits out the right output. So of course this test over where is it? Um, yes, here. So this is both input and output, right? So I basically just feed my thing the input and hope it gives me the right output, and it does not. And turns out this data are very big, so I cannot very easily, what's the word? Cannot very easily just print out values because you have matrices which are like have like hundreds of entries. And because of that, yesterday I was trying to do repetition code, come up with smaller example by hand, and this was what I was trying to do in the meeting earlier today. And I mean, I still did learn some stuff from it, but then I feel like we never learned enough from this. Oh, and the bug I realized this morning, maybe I could also say that, is that I'm missing a logarithm domain thing. I mean, I'm missing this basically, but maybe this is a boring thing that I should not dive into before I lose like 99% of you. Um, I mean 99% of 0 is 0, but you get a point. Let me quickly fix the my setup so that error message doesn't pop up again. Which means I need to disconnect my tablet and put this tablet somewhere else, and hopefully not accidentally push one of these cups off my desk. Otherwise, I would be so sad because I would have a lot of cleanup to do, and maybe not so safe cleanup. There are also way too many dirty cups on my desk. I need to just clean them up. Funny thing is that we have a dishwasher. I literally need to just collect all of them and put it in the dishwasher. But anyways, yeah. So it turns out that I have a bug. I fixed it, and then the moment I fixed it, it just makes things 10 times worse. Because that is how it always goes. So I need to actually fix some other way, which is that yeah, it's checking that the magic number is 0, because of course it is. Okay, so I think I just need to be more thorough. So I would just actually finish a reference implementation and have some kind of reasonable test bench, and then I can try to see if my hardware design matches my software things. Okay, good. So let me see. I have. Oh, I just need pool, right? Oh, how worried should I be? Do I have? I feel like there are some things that got trapped on the. Oh man. I did not. Oh, huh. Oh, wait. Maybe I can't do that. Let me try something. This is going to be funny. No. Can I do this? I hope I can. Or maybe Office? I mean, it is there somewhere. Um, there are better ways. Um, I'm sure there are better ways. Let me stop sharing my screen just in case some credentials pop up. I mean, I can still chat, but I just don't want to share my screen. Okay, yeah. So let me see. How do I do this again? I basically do this and that and um oh, I need VPN. Right. Okay, that was the issue. So, okay. Now let I figure out why I did not why wasn't I unsuccessful in connecting. I can go back to sharing my screen. Um, oh, and turn on my VPN, which is going to kill the stream for a minute or two. Unlucky. Um, I'm sure that this thing is going to get sorted out automatically when you watch without, so no live viewer is fine. Good. Um, yeah, I promised my teammates that I would actually have a bug fixed. I mean, quote unquote promise. I just told them that. I mean, of course, everyone knows that things happen, but let's just say we would like to see a bug fixed by by the end of this weekend because we have some other exciting things planned after that. Because of that, I need to. I promise this is nothing sketchy. This is literally just this. Actually, did I ever show you guys this? If not, then yeah, this is I mean, you, I mean you guys know who my Oshi is, I think, and all of that. So not too surprising here. Can I just do this? Huh? But I mean I sure I. What do I do now? Right. This is now incredibly funny. Um, why? I mean, I did not touch those things, so I don't think I've actually touched them. So I'm wondering why does it appear to be? I mean, this doesn't seem changed. So why is this? Why does this appear to be changed? Some Git LFS nonsense. Oh, this is missing. What is it called? Let me see. How do I fix this? This is where I ask. Um, okay. Now, but I don't want to. Oh man. To not treat. Okay, yeah. I mean, I can try this, right? You serious? Um, you for real? Actually, losing my mind right now. You, please. It's always good to copy and paste in very strange commands from internet into your terminal, right? Okay, that did not do a trick. Um, because the machine did not know anything about what is it called. Yeah, because the machine did not know anything about what is it called. You, please. Okay. Okay, good. So mm, how do I do this? Okay. Didn't expect to deal with stuff that is maybe very far from what I originally planned to work on. Okay, so mm, mm, um, I would do anything to avoid what is it called? Mm, Hmm. I mean, the stupidest way around this is to literally just copy over this entire, literally just zip the entire thing and then copy it over to my local machine, right? I mean, I'm trying to avoid doing that, but maybe I shouldn't avoid that. I should just do it. Okay, let me see. Remote and then remote SSH. Oh, is that a thing? Okay, well, is my stream still live? Wow, wait, is my stream, am I showing the right thing? I am, okay, good. I was terrified I wasn't. Okay, good. So I would do what? I would do, remote, and then I will go to my, not this, right? I will go to my, remote, right, remote. And then I will go to my office, and then I will, did I do anything here? Doesn't matter so much. Okay, right, okay. So I go to my office, and then I do the funny thing, which is that, I'm assuming things actually don't dislike me so much. I would be able to open the, what is it called? Is this the, no, let's not, right? That has to be, well, I will have to just open folder. Okay, so there was a what, desktop, and then oh yeah, this was that, right? Okay, now research, believe queue, okay, there we go. And then there we go. Maybe this thing is going to not hate me. And then I just reopen in container, right? Okay, good. This is suddenly so much more reasonable. Okay, so I go from here to here. Um, wish I had viewers who would say TSKR to me. Let me see. Where was I? Hmm. Right. What was I? What did I do here? Um, unless I didn't do anything that is worth doing this entire dance for, which could also be the case, but I want to, I deleted the entire thing and I changed it to this, which is okay. Yeah. Start working on what? Start working on uh, work more on, I don't know. Continue work on test bench. Close enough. This is actually the right. How is this? Why does this have the right signature? I don't don't know if I. It doesn't have a signing key, right? I mean, of course it doesn't, but at least it is not. It's not doing anything crazy anymore. Um, yeah, okay. So, now what? Now that this is solved, I would go back to my local thing because I don't want my thing to lag and make me incredibly sad. So I will go back to what's the difference between these two? It should be the same thing. Go back to one of them, I guess. Um, wait, was one of them not maybe this one? This is local, right? And then I do yeah, this is the this was the one that I was poking at. This carlet sync changes. The marvels of technology, of course, save me a trip to the office because, of course, you can always remotely log into a remote login is a thing, of course. I mean, you bet if that was not going to work, I was actually going to somehow retrieve my changes, or I mean, it's between heading out to the office again or just like redoing all those changes from scratch. I was not going to give up for a day, no chance. Okay, good. So now what? Now I never fully understood what is it, Koko Nashi. One of these days I will also try to understand the lyrics. I like the yellow orange, the one that Kuroneko is covered. Um, you understand this a bit more as well. It's quite catchy though. Yowamushi Mont Blanc, of course. Mont Blanc. Yeah, okay, there's no, right, because, what is it called? Conversion to Kakana drops the trolling C. Okay, um, I feel I was one of these days I was literally spend the entire stream just doing this thing. Um, maybe an original thing. Yeah, one of these streams I will actually spend the entire stream just learning this. Who knows if it's gonna be today or not? It might as well be today. After I fix all my bugs. I mean, depending on how late that gets, maybe just fix all the bugs and then go back to sleep. If I don't even feel like going to sleep, maybe I'll just fix this and go to the next thing. Yeah, I mean, this is programming is fun, right? Mm, so what's I going to do? I'm going to just add up all the funny things. So I would just say that what basically do this, but this is I'll pretend I didn't see that because it's crazy. I'll just look at this. So I will say what? I will say that I have to do some geometry. I will have to do some geometry. Do I have some geometry? Do I have geometry? I do, okay. I mean, of course I do. We always have geometry. Because of course we're good at math. We know what geometry is. By the way, there was you guys will know when I say you guys will hear me saying that we are either good at math or we are not good at math, and you will hear both for way too many times. Basically, we are only good at math when it's convenient for us. Yeah, okay. Such as now, we know geometry, therefore we are good at math. Okay. I mean, after saying that, I cannot, suddenly be bad at geometry, right? So let's find out if I'm actually good. Um, just do this, right? And I can say that whether this converges is what? This is a bit ugly, isn't it? Okay, so I do this, and then I do this is just this, right? Do I know? Do I care? I just don't overcomplicate things, right? No, do I want some kind of reduce? I think I do, right? So I want to say that how does this work? I want to basically say that okay, so this is a check. So no, I want to add the messages. So I want to say some messages is equal to you do right, and then I basically say that for C in neighbor, don't complicate things too much, I hope. I can say what? I can say that, well, for each possible neighbor, I have edge. And then I can say that the message is C2Vs of this edge. And then what? And then I will have to say that this is, well, is this yield that. Okay, so now I need to sum this, which is basically just saying that, okay, this is messages reduce reduce that. I don't know for sure if this is going to work. I hope this is smart enough to say that the default thing is 0. Okay. And now this is rapidly devolving into the not so interesting content yet again. So, how do I make this interesting? Or do I give up making this interesting? feel like this is kind of how I maybe I need to pull up and watch a couple more of Ina's drawing stream and see how she controls the pacing. Because I mean, for like however little she does it now, I mean she's actually really like her drawing streams. Speaking of that, like her second, wasn't she going to continue her in Academy series? There was a plan to continue the series, right? But for how much? I remember like last time she tried to did this series, she was doing like almost a week worth of it, right? Is she not doing this series of streams again? How does the new in Academy work? Does she say? Do I know? Do we know? Of course, yeah. Anyways, where was I before I get further distracted? Um, I can scroll to my heart's delight later. What was I going to say? Yeah, funny. No, I shouldn't say. Yeah, this is just syntax. Um, where was I? Okay, so I have some of messages, and then I want to say that what I yelled is actually just some messages. What less than zero? Less greater than zero. Greater than zero means there is no error. Less than zero means there is error. So this. Okay, so for this I yield this, and then I say that what decisions is this, and then overall decision is well decisions yield no something like no, that cannot be true, right? um if any of no, I want to check if something is converged. So decision here means if a thing has converged, so if the thing is happy. No, that's not true. um no, okay. um that's not what I want to do here, is it? I want to say what? I want to say the I want to say envy the people in the living room. Or do I? Maybe I don't. I mean, college students have. I mean, undergrads. I probably shouldn't even dox them and say they're undergrads. But yeah, I mean, undergrads have their own drama, right? Maybe it's a bit nice to be to kind of I mean, I guess I did have my share of solitude, if not suffering. So I don't know, but everyone has their own what is the called? I'm sure. Okay, so anyways, okay, so this is not actually a decision, or is it? Wait. So this is just some. What am I trying to do here? Fuck, there's some like what's it called? Hangnail? My hand is I feel I need a scissor to do something to my nails, but maybe I do it later. First let me stop being distracted. So I have the sum of messages. Okay. So then now I have the decision is this, which is whether I have a error or not. Now what does it mean to converge? Um, or is that not right? Maybe I'm not there yet, right? I want to say, well, first of all, I want to for decision. Oh, there are two different phases that I am. I need to do two different things, right? I need to first. I need to first decide, and when I say decide, I mean every variable gives a what's called a hard decision. Is that what I'm doing here? I think that's what I'm doing here. So each variable gives a give a hard decision, which is that whether that thing is has error or not. So false means there's no error, true means there's errors. Okay, yeah, so this is right. So I want to something like this, and then what, right? And then I say that after I do this, I need to do convergence. So is what is for all of this. I feel I'm being super inconsistent with what is called a check. And so checks and factors mean the same thing. And I feel like the term is currently overloaded. So I need to want to leave a bit to do here. What checks versus and factors are being inter are used in an interchange way. Stick to one or the other. In using the interchangeable way, stick to one or the other. Good. So I have this, and then what? And then I have for what? For a uh this less than 80 columns is incredible. Um, I feel like my what's it called? My style is not exactly good, but then nobody knows how to write. That's not true. I feel like people know how to write Scala. I don't. That's fine. So now I have this, and then what, right? It's just this. Now things very much overloaded, which is good, which is not good, which is terrible. Just give it a different name. Okay. So and Is that true? I mean, for every true thing, I need to do the thing. Okay, yeah, I mean, I probably need to start with false. Is this how it works? I don't think so, right? Um, maybe it is. Functional programming is hard. Okay, sure, whatever. How do I? Okay, you must tell me where is the It has to tell me what the zero is, right? I mean zero, what the identity element is. Algebraic zero. This is maybe I should not use the word algebraic because the every time I use that word, I just cut the number of my viewers in half, as if I were, as if I, you know, yeah. Um, do I just ask ChatGPT again? I mean, there has to be a. Hmm. Fine. Okay. Maybe that's faster to just ask. Excellent. Excellent. Okay. So I don't care about that, and I do. Okay. So that's magic, and this is also magic. Everything is magic. We love programming. I mean, chances are this code is not going to compile, but you know. Yeah. Okay. So here is the. I mean, okay. So here I have the correction that I want to make, and then I want to say whether the correction is equal to syndrome. Um, I think. But I cannot fold, right? How much do I care about? I'll just be lazy and fold this. And when I say fold, I mean reduce. Right, I need to do this instead, right? Okay, so now, what? Okay, so now I want to say that, right? I mean, this seems somewhat reasonable. And then if it's all satisfied, then you return the corrections, which would be, this is the only one where I don't need a, I mean, no, you cannot. I mean, chances are this is not going to work, but, I mean, if it does not work, then at least we catch in testing, right? So okay, so first of all, we check if this compiles. Chances are it does not, and if it does not compile, then we first we first make it compile, and then we do something about it. And if it compiles, I mean, spoke too soon here. Be right back using idle meeting because why not? Yeah, maybe I should actually just attempt to. I don't know. I mean, fine, idle meeting it is. Alright, where are we? Oh wow, sorry about I just saw the microphone that went complete red. That was maybe me picking up the microphone. I probably should have put it on before switching scene. That was my bad. Let me see. Yeah, I mean, what was I saying? I I feel like my thoughts wander a lot, and I kind of want to start chatting, but maybe I shouldn't, because I need to fix this very nice bug. Or maybe I should check, right? Because it makes things slightly more interesting. Yeah. So I don't know. But then, of course, the next question is what do I chat? Is if the thing I'm about to chat about to voice is actually interesting to anyone, and that I don't know either. I mean, I can of course talk about myself, but then but then I'm not sure if that's interesting. So yeah, I mean, I guess there's an interesting gap between or distinction between useful information and interesting um, things to say, and they are sometimes very very far. Um, I mean, the most stupid example is that, well, sorry, I'm just thinking out loud here. Well, I mean, college lecture is very useful, but it is not so interesting. I mean, people skip class, right? I mean, not just people. I skipped more class than I attended, so there's that. Um, so yeah, I mean, there's that. But then, if I'm not saying any useful information, then why is it interesting? I don't know. Maybe it's just interesting because, yeah, I mean, I don't have the kind of like charisma or social experience to or I don't know, maybe I don't want to say I'm a boring person. I mean, that was what I believed for a very long time. Now I don't, now maybe I think a bit. Now I think I'm a bit less. Now I don't. What's the right way of phrasing it? No, I don't think I'm as. No, I don't think that way. I mean, now I think I'm maybe slightly more interesting. But there are enough of interesting people on the internet, and a lot of them are doing more interesting stuff than this. So I'm sure that is not enough. So I mean, I can still, with that said, maybe I can still say something interesting about myself, and maybe it will be interesting to you if one day I develop the kind of. I mean, of course, I should slowly develop charisma, right? Um, and you know, um, the only thing to do is try. Um, but yeah, let's actually, maybe I should attempt to fix the bug a bit and then chat a bit more after because I actually want to see what can I do here. Why does this not like me? It wants me to wait. This is a vertex. This is not batched, is it? This is literally a vertex. So I had to do. So this is not how it should go. Of course not. Okay, that is good to know. So okay. Else V2C okay. Maybe I don't even need else here because this is already there. Good, good, good. So maybe I should do a bit more here. So I will have to say that for all of this, this is actually this is literally factor labels. I will have to say what? I will have to say that to do this, and then I do what map from vertex to let's not do that's not how it should be. It should be from neighbor to this is just it's just this, right? Good. Very good. Close this, close that. Need something decent to. One of these days I will do something about this BGM situation. One of these days there's so much to do. There's always so much to do one of these days. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I feel like this is the people can. I mean, I can. There's a lot of brainstorming to do about how a stream should look like or should be like, and we either get close or we don't. I don't know. Um, Unrelated thing. What do I? At some point, at some point, either I will have to eat dinner or I skip dinner. And at some point I will have to, and at some point I do something. I don't know what I do with this. I mean, well, first of all, I get this to compile, and then I figure out what to do next. Oh, is that what I want to do? I mean, that's a problem, right? That I mean, for all intents and purposes, I had a very light lunch because I was at that event that I was talking about earlier, and I mean, it was some sort of barbecue, except it's so poorly organized. So basically, there were not so much meat because the grill is very small, and people were not, very, what is it called? Active while grilling the meat, and because of that, now you have a lot more people than meat. So, and when I say meat, I mean just burger patties or like hot dogs. So it was literally, I mean, it was not so much things to eat. So I am at a caloric deficit. Oh, I just realized maybe. Oh, no, no, I don't have rice. Um, I have some what's called 烧腊 from the other day, so I do have meat that I can eat right now. Funny enough, to make up for not getting much of it during lunch. But then the thing about this 烧腊 is that I have nothing to eat it with. It's literally just meat, which is like, I mean, it's a lot of very nice protein, but it's a lot of just pure protein. Um, I mean, I still have to eat that because if I don't, it's just going to go bad, and I'll be so sad. Um, so I defrost it and I start chewing on it. Um, And then I don't know if it makes me less hungry or more hungry. Right. I feel like that is another difficult thing about what is it called? That's another difficult thing because with this current lifestyle, is that I mean grad student thing in general, or maybe no, that's not true. It's mostly just me thing. I mean, I always thought that, if I were just eating by myself, then I kind of don't quote unquote deserve good food. Um, but then, I always feel better after I eat. So so the correct thing to do is probably to forget about that and just eat decent food. Eat well. Um, but then I don't know what is it, laziness? Or I mean, the funny thing is, I'm not even trying to save money here because I'm not going to go negative before I graduate, and if I want to make money, I can. I presumably I have a better ways to make money after I graduate, so I shouldn't really care. So I should just eat well. Um, Ideally, if something doesn't give me food coma. When I was on campus, I probably should have just went to a dining hall, shouldn't I? Food around here is all like mediocre. At least that's the other funny thing. Like right now, because I was on campus, I don't have to get changed. I'm already in my, I'm already in my like shirts and pants. I could literally just, I took my belt off. I could put it back on, and then I can just go out and eat. And maybe that's what I should do. I don't know. Or I just do the thing that Lily Pichu does. Um, Talks about like role model, good or bad role model. That was when she just broke up with Albert. She basically was subsisting of multivitamins. No wonder she's always well, not like always, but at least when I used to watch her more, she was like hungry quite often. I do have vitamins here. I also have Soylent, which is maybe lots of real. Vitamin is like no, I cannot deal with like that much of a calorie deficit, but Soylent is definitely an option. I also have like chia seeds, so I can make Soylent pudding because it turns out if you have just Soylent and coffee and a bunch of you know, liquid food, then it's just not so good to your stomach. Um, yeah, I actually learned the Soylent with chia seed from a friend who is now I mean who is now doing better than I am, as he graduated. So and is making well, he's making money. That is maybe one way of phrasing it. The corporate thing is it's not like the typical corporate slave, right? Because it is you know guy who actually just cooperate and and programmer, the kind of programmer that makes a lot. Anyways, where am I? Where am I is that I either program some more or I convince myself to go out and eat. I mean, I feel like this is one of these. I mean, of course, my what is it called? I mean, I don't want to use the word mental health because, well, I haven't really tried to get it checked out formally. I don't want to, do any kind of like self diagnosis, which can never be accurate. And B, it is not, I mean, as I say, I'm a mental funny, right? But B, also let what can I do even if I knew? But I mean, it is like, I always have this, you know, um, what's the term? I mean, basically, just if I were to, 就事论事, it is like what I said earlier, right? That I don't want to go and get good food, so it takes convincing. But then why should I convince myself to get good food? That makes no sense. I'm just going to wait until I'm hungry enough, and then I microwave some stuff and eat it. Which is really funny because I mean, I wouldn't say I'm good at cooking. I just say I don't cook which would be true. But then if I were to, try to cook, I, I mean, I cannot say about anyone else, right? But I can say I do like my own cooking. Um, and sometimes I would eat it and realize how much I miss my own cooking, which is really funny, and that I would love to eat this every day and stuff like that. And then there's this and then there's this very contradictory and ironic thing. Basically, I would say that I eat it, I'm very happy, I say I want to eat it every day, and nothing stops me from cooking and eating it well every day, except I don't. The next day I just go back to either microwavable food or spaghetti or pasta. I mean, I'm not good at cooking pasta. Pasta is more like, like those like instant things that is not real cooking. It is real cooking, but still like not like, low effort cooking. Yeah, maybe that's the right term. Like things that like, low effort versus medium slash high effort cooking kind of thing. Like even if I just put in just a bit more effort, I would like the food so much. When I was in undergrad, I guess this actually brings back some good memories. That there's this guy who I live with, who actually would say that my cooking is amazing. Um, and I always thought that no, we didn't actually think that. I just joked like, well, this is good practice for the day where I don't know, when we grew up or met the right person and this and that. But then, of course, we were the type that never grew up. We were the type that would never grow up. So I mean, I depends on I'm not sure how much should I unfold this, or if it is. Sometimes I wonder if I have like some kind of what is it called? Maybe I should just phrase it as better wrong people and not being able to read people. So yeah, without uh, giving any formal diagnosis, that's maybe the only thing I can say. But I mean, going back to this, yeah, I mean, communication is hard, but I would just leave it at why I say that, well, we were the type that never grew up, that would never grow up. Um, Maybe he did. I don't know. I did not. I don't think he did. So yeah, I mean, I still cook for myself, or I don't cook. I don't cook. I mean, I do when I visited some other friends and spend time in the kitchen, and I loved it. Yeah, I love the food too. But you know, yeah, enough of that. Yeah, I mean, but yeah, there's so much fun. Yeah, there's also this. I mean, what is it called? I remember Ina was saying at some point that she got quite good at cooking, and then but now she also stopped cooking. But yeah, I mean, there's that. Not too surprising though. I mean, my mom is also pretty good at cooking. For being a working professional. I mean, we are, scientists, right? So it is. I mean, recipes are not that hard to follow, and as long as we don't do something crazy, the food is going to turn out good. I mean, that's oversimplification. I mean, my food does turn out badly sometimes as well. But yeah, I mean, anyways, yeah, back to this. But yeah, I mean, that was surprisingly good. I mean, chatting like this, um, it is maybe I should do this sometime versus like spending time on the piano. Both are very good. Right. Okay. Where are we? There's so much to talk about, but there's also so much to work on. Okay. So we have incoming messages, and then we also have SWAT syndrome. Uh, is SWAT syndromes of this. I hope everything is the right type. I hope everything is a map and set and not list, unless we're actually meant to have a list. I mean, this is what? I'll have to say what? I can just overwrite this. Geometry is easy. Uh, might as well put it here, right? Because this is why do I not have autocomplete? This is just var labels. Sorry about that. SNT touch mic. Yeah, because I mean this is this part does not. Yeah, this part does not change the next part, so the order is optional. So I might as well just compute the messages first, get the easy things out of the way. Uh, oh, what on earth? I think I accidentally hit Control V instead of Control C. Okay, good. And then what? Okay, first of all, this is reference, but I think I'm already in the same package, so it should be automatic. I shouldn't have to qualify in them. That's good. And then I would say that this is, I mean, okay, so I need prior. Do I have prior? I have log priors, which is probably, I mean, that is a correct thing, right? So it's log priors, and then of this, and then I would do this. Okay, now this should give me a couple less error messages. I mean, I still don't think this is going to compile, but this is going to get a bit closer to compiling. Good. That is fine. Yeah. I mean, Oh, that's maybe slightly less fine, but that is workable. Um, 3 to 6. This should be to map, right? And this should also be to map. I hope the thing actually likes this syntax, because if not, then I will have to do something. It's immutable. It shouldn't be immutable. It shouldn't be, it should be mutable. Let me see. Right. So I should do something here. Not sure how, because the thing is actually. Or do I need to? Is this a thing? Does this exist? Well, okay. Going back to this. Sure. Good, good. Copenhagen. Whatever. Um, what was I going to say? Okay. So what if I have okay, and then how do you? Okay, so it's literally just this. To mutable map. Is this actually doing what I think? I mean, that is what do you do by copy and pasting code, right? So okay, so I'm missing imports. That is maybe easy fix. Singular. Right. Okay. I mean, this has like 0% chance of working, but hopefully a couple less error messages. Okay, that is right. Of course, of course, of course, of course, of course. I want to say what on earth? Wait. What is this structure, anyways? What's going on here? No, you are rooted at a vertex. I mean, no. You are rooted at a vertex. You get a bunch of incoming things, and then you output a bunch of incoming things. So this is batched. So you have to say, okay, so this is batched. So what? So I would say that is this what is this what I want to be doing? I mean, this is batched. So I have to unfold this and put this back. I feel like I'm going to get completely destroyed by the order of by the order of by ordering of these things, because how do I know if the order is stable? Because I have a list. So of course this is well ordered. This is not set. Right? Are we good at geometry? I mean, we are not good at geometry, and we're bad at math, and we should just go it. That is what we should do. This set. That's a set. Um, Wait, but if that is a set, then how does the rest of my code make any sense? I mean, this is a sequence. Okay, then maybe let me just cast that darn thing into a list and stop worrying about it, because this is crazy. Um, Maybe perfect time for me to go eat. I mean, I feel I could be programming for a bit longer. I should be programming for a bit longer, but then this is, yeah, I've been here for like maybe less than an hour. I mean, I've been here for like almost 2 hours, but I feel I've gotten barely 1 hour of good programming in because there's so much chatting. I mean, but then I mean, given what I said earlier, I probably should be healthy. Should go be healthy somehow, or the hidden third route is to say that, well, this is a Friday, so I should go get drunk. That is overrated. I'd rather have maybe not so overrated after all. I mean, I would, but then I mean the opportunity cost is that I don't get drunk, and then I come back and I was going to stay sleep well, but who am I kidding? Come back and turn on the camera. I mean, quote unquote camera. I wish I had live 2D. Come back and turn on the stream again and play Silk Song. and hopefully get like even just one more subscriber makes me, you know what, do I even care about number of subscribers? I really don't know if I care. I mean, I feel like the num having zero viewer is sad in some sense, but not so but also relaxing in some sense, to be honest. I mean, I don't know. Or maybe I have non-zero right now. Let me check. I mean, this means zero, right? It has to be zero. Yeah, okay, good. Yeah, I mean, this is I guess there's also the other option of me just, do the same thing as last time. I, you know, I chat while eating, and then hopefully this is going to be, I mean, this might be good, and then we can stare at this and realize that I actually don't have any, what is it called? Yeah, one of these days, I just commission one, shouldn't I? I should, yeah, I should just commission a background. Which means one of these days I should have a drawing stream and make the first draft and commission the rest. Yeah. Um, but then what do I eat? Like literally just microwave food. I mean, there's this shawarma from the other day, which is pure protein, and then microwave curry maybe, or I walk to the dining hall and eat the other kind of curry that is not microwaved. Or I go downstairs to eat yet another different kind of curry, which is costs more than dining hall, and unclear whether it tastes any better. Yes, yes. I mean, right. Right. Um, there's this this funny saying that, well, I mean, if you are streaming, or if you are, I mean, streaming especially, but also maybe video making, then you shouldn't live like what, more than what, 7 seconds of silence, otherwise people click away. um I don't know if I am, I'm probably living way more than 7 seconds. um or I am doing, the not fun kind of debugging, and there's that. I mean, this is, I feel like this situation just kind of sad because I'm just I just open these like programming streams, and then I get no real what's the term? I mean, there are real progress. It's just not exciting progress. And at some point, I think either I'm better programming, or because programming is hard and nobody does it well anyways. I mean, realistically, it's a later because I mean, uh, because I've been programming for long enough that if I'm not good at programming, then maybe you can kind of count the number of good programmers very easily. No, I mean that is way too conceited. I take that back. I mean, but yeah, I mean, I cannot say I'm. No, we are always better programming. We're always better programming. Let's just leave it at that. Um, and also that nobody is good at programming except very few people. Why do we even start talking about this? Oh, right, because I was being very negative about the about the progress I've had with programming the last like X number of streams. Should I do a streamer thing and start ordering what is it called? Um, start ordering what is the term? Uh, the funny apps and delivery food. Good. Probably should not, right? There's also the possibilities of me just go and take a very, very long walk to Whole Food and buy some very, very nice tasting groceries. And eat on the way there, which would be yeah, you guys can see why I have such a big problem with I mean, there's probably something quote unquote wrong with me because I don't like this kind of simple decision can take so long and I still don't have an answer. It's the quote unquote adulting thing, and we never grow up, right? Yeah. I mean, I wonder if so. That is the another, I guess maybe funny. What's the word? Oh, I think this is good that I'm practicing. Maybe one of these days I'll be better with words. Maybe one of these days I will learn to speak a bit slower as well, which would be good, seeing how bad the accent is. If I speak slower, maybe I become a bit more understandable. So yeah, I mean, there was always the hope of, I guess, happily ever after versus having somebody who quote unquote kind of fix me, right, or fix ourselves. But then of course that is not going to happen, or at least that is just hoping for that is just asking for a disaster. So I don't know where I'm going with that, but right, yeah, because I was thinking that yeah, I mean, we are maybe all broken in our own ways, and I mean that is also, I guess, what I remember earlier today, that maybe it is um yeah, I'm not sure what is a clean way, what is a clean way of saying this, besides that maybe we are all, well, not all, but a lot of us are maybe born in the quote unquote born. All of us are the default state of life is maybe I shouldn't say life either. I should just speak for myself, right? That maybe the default state of me is, well, maybe a bad person. Um, both in the sense that I'm not happy and I also don't make the people around me happy. So yeah, so maybe it is good that I am aware of that and I either actively attempt to change it, which is possible because we all grow. And that is, I mean, in some sense, what we are, studying for, right? That I mean, of course, we study and we work to be better programmers or to be better scientists or be better this and that. But then the other, you know, side of this grad school thing. I mean, it's a term like 修身养性, right? It's basically, kind of like where is the wisdom, where is the, I guess, or maybe where's the art, where's the philosophy, things like that. Like, how do we become better people? I mean, I wish I paid attention more when I was, in undergrad philosophy, but I think that I'm not, not doing that anymore. uh, all of us still, we still learn and we still. have our own art, and some of us have our own philosophy because that's what we're here for. And hopefully, that art and philosophy is not just, be a better programmer because we should be better people. Um, Sorry, that's heavy topic, and maybe I'm also not suggesting that going to school is the only way to be a better people. Far from it. Being it, let's. In fact, this is probably one of the slower way to become a better person, because it just makes it so that it just opens up the option of just staying home and coding all day and not interacting much with others, or not having this or not having real experiences. And I was saying, I mean, there's people do to graduate and become better programmers, and we don't know if they've ever become better people. So yeah. So where does it leave me, or where does it leave ourselves, or where does it leave this me as in both me as a scientist, as a streamer, as a somebody who maybe attempts to do music and not do too much of it, or even just as a person, right? As a person first and foremost. Yeah, I mean, we don't know, but it's good that we are thinking about this. I think, or this is good that I'm finally thinking about this. Because for the longest time I wanted to start streaming, but don't, I didn't even attempt to know myself. Um, no, I think I want to know more about myself and know more about how what is it called, how basically know uh terrible words, but know, kind of know, like where I am in the world, basically. Um, yeah, like I mean, of course, I have this. I remember that there's this uncle who I really look up to when I was little, and he basically was saying that, okay, so the relationship we have with God is called religion, and the relationship we have, with other people, society, or with school, education, or with with work is career. But then, you know, it matters. Like, and like, what is this? What are these relationships? I mean, okay, my career is fine. As in, I maybe it's not fine because I who knows how long I'm going to take to graduate. But I can I can have technical discussions, but I don't know if I can be entertaining, and that is what I'm trying to be, right? So yeah, I mean, funny I'm talking about this that on stream, and having this kind of reflection that on one hand I should be doing offline, but on the other hand, people don't usually normal people don't do it either because they don't have to do it, because they are already good or already functional members of the society, or at least have enough practices to be good, because they haven't moved across the Pacific Ocean when they were 14, and they did not they did not lose their man they did not lose their language for however many years, and they did not go into this solitude. They did not have this or that experience that I had. I mean, it's good and bad, right? Um, I learn, I live and I learn, and I make mistakes. I've made a lot of mistakes, I make my own share of mistakes, more than my own share of mistakes. I try to atone for them. I try to, I've suffered enough for them, and now I try to know myself, and I try to, and of course, next step is going back to what my uncle says, know where I am in the, in relation to the world. But yeah, I mean that there's that. Yeah, I feel like there's gotta be more interesting things to talk about here instead of this like very heavy topics. I mean, it's not even necessarily heavy. Like I hope I'm not like trauma dumping, but it is still how should I say it? I guess serious topic that we are going to serious topic in the way too early. This is like the third date. I mean, right? Yeah. Anyways, um, should I give another attempt at convincing myself to go out and eat? I mean, that or there'll be non-zero viewers who tells me to there'll be a viewer who tells me to go out and eat, and I will go out and eat. I don't know. I I wish I never turned. Well, that's not right either. I was thinking about like it would be very funny if there is a world where I have the same struggle and I will get a super chat telling me to go eat, and I will, and I will. Or there's also another world where I'm afraid of that and I never turn on super chat. Yeah, but then I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's not like I really. I guess depending on if I want to live off of this after I graduate or not. Um, yeah, maybe I should say that if it looks like there is a chance that I could live off of this after I graduate, I might turn on super chats. But that probability is astronomically low. And if that were the case, then I might as well, just stream for fun. In that case, it doesn't really matter. I mean, I guess some viewers would want to throw super chats, throw akasupas because they really like the streamer. If one of these days I get some viewers like that, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Because I mean, I'm also a kind of person who would give super chats. And it makes me, yeah, at least makes me feel, I'm not, I don't know what's the right term. It's like how Kotoha gets a bunch of gifts, and in some sense, maybe the people who give gifts are also happy, otherwise, they wouldn't have been doing it. Maybe I should accept it with gratitude. Or maybe I don't know, that is like such a far future thing. I feel like I should just go one step at a time, right? And first figure out if I mean, figure out what am I having for dinner, or if I'm having dinner to begin with. It's also a chance I just don't have dinner. Just literally just go to sleep right now and don't wake up until who knows when. It's so funny that I mean I'm happy to talk about things like this. Spend like however long chatting, but then when people in my office are going into this what is it called? These trivialities. Um, then it gets less interesting. Oh, is someone knocking? Let me check. Nope, nobody was knocking. It's really would be pretty funny if people hear the kind of things I mean it doesn't really matter to be honest. I mean if I'm prepared for people online to hear this, I should be prepared for people who are closer to me to hear it as well. Um, Plus ideal scenario here. The ideal scenario is that I it really boils down to if I want 70 points from having good food. And also if I want to get any coding done afterwards or not. It's very unlikely that I would get any coding done afterwards anyway, so I should just eat. Either that or I try to suppress hunger one way or another and program a bit more. Yeah, it's hard. Um, this always happens, and I sometimes I just end up like sitting and listening to music for like half an hour before either successfully convincing myself to go eat, or get so hungry that I just microwave whatever random stuff and eating it. So there's that. Um, yeah, it's hard. I mean, debugging is also hard, so I should stop scrolling at my code just for the heck of it, because I'm not going to actually finish debugging. I would the code is just going to make me very, very, very sad, and I will go cry myself to sleep. Um, Also, how healthy do I want to be, right? The kind of food I have. I mean, I could have like salad, which is extremely healthy. Which might not allow me to keep on going after food. Well, to be honest, like if I slept for like what 4 hours last night, then what I need is not food, is sleep, right? Or maybe I need both. Uh, Maybe a right thing to do is to eat and come back. And because food coma, I cannot sleep right away. So I eat, come back, and then I turn on the stream again. I either play Silk Song or I play piano until I'm tired and I go sleep. That is kind of a healthy thing to do, and maybe the right thing to do. Well, not necessarily the right thing to do, right? The other funny thing is the right thing to do is to just sit here and debug until the bug is gone, even if it takes me, even if that means I sit here and pull another all-nighter and live off Soylent. I mean, quote unquote right, but not sure if I mean, how how degenerate am I? How degenerate are we? I mean, I mean, that was something I would have been a lot happy to do when I was in the first year of grad school. Maybe a bit less happy to do now because reasons. I mean, I don't even know if I should call it burnout. I don't think it's burnout. Like I still enjoy programming. Uh, but no, that's also not so optimal, right? Because I cannot, my efficiency goes down when I am at a big enough caloric deficit, which is no. Any protein. I feel like these days I've had so much just like empty carbs, which is not only doing bad to my body in the sense I'm out of shape, but also that it is giving me more food coma and less chances of coming back and being productive again after eating. Um, because carbs is quote unquote the cheapest thing and also the most convenient thing. You just eat bread with soup or you eat pasta because stir fry takes just a bit more time and I'm lazy. Right. And steak also takes. I mean, no, like the thing about steak is that I mean, I can afford it if I cook it at home, but the problem is that you know, I buy a piece of meat and then I need to eat it the next day. It's a commitment. And also, almost all of it requires, finishing in the oven except filet mignon, which you literally just, sear on the stove and you eat it. Because, everything else has fat and you need to actually, you know, cook the fat. Otherwise, the thing turns in very, the texture turns, turns not so good. I keep wondering if somebody's knocking or if it's just wind. I bet this is just a wind, but let me check. Yeah, it's just a wind. Okay, I guess the other thing I could do is, funny thing, right? To eat and come back and do a drawing stream. I mean, the problem is that I feel like, what's the term? I feel like I would have slightly better luck in terms of growing the channel. Funny, to use that term. Have better luck growing the channel playing. I mean, people use that term, but I'm very new to this. To do piano because for piano, I've actually gotten a couple of songs that I'm pretty close to making. Quote unquote pretty close. Still like a couple of days or less than a week is pretty close, right? Less than a week away from, yeah, good to be precise. Less than a week away from from full comboing the song in in AutoCAD, in rhythm game terms, and then it becomes and then I can clip it and upload it. As for this drawing stream thing, is it cannot rip, quote unquote rip. It cannot give me any or maybe it will. I don't know. I don't think it is. It can. I don't think it grows a channel as quickly. I mean, it has more long-term returns because, of course, that it makes this kind of it makes what I'm doing right now a bit more sensible, a bit more reasonable. Having a live 2D and moving on the actual background. But yeah, in the short term, if I want people to, actually discover the channel, should play a piano because one of them I've actually have spent time on. The other one I have magically acquired the skills of, uh, and that's not true. Yeah, I don't know where I got my drawing skills. I mean, of course, my drawing still is garbage, as you are staring at right now. But I mean, it's non-zero, and I don't know where or how did I get this non-zero skill from. Probably from like elementary school or before elementary school, or like middle school probably. But then no, like this never goes away, which is funny. I don't know. I really don't know. I really don't know. I mean, I can try to know, but for now I don't know, and I need to go eat somehow. Why is it so difficult? There is a lot of delicious things out there, and I should turn off the stream and go eat. I feel like if I actually turn off the stream right now, I'm just going to listen to music for another 15 minutes, and then whatever happens, happens. The other thing is that I feel like, I mean, I'm not sleepy per se, but everything feels heavy-ish because of the sleep deprivation. And because of that, I don't want to walk too far. But yeah, I don't know. But I also don't want to go to the normal places that I always, quote unquote, always actually don't really go to them. That I usually go to. I don't know. So yeah, hmm. The other funny choice is to take a metro and go to DC and eat something that is very, very, very delicious. Right. Very delicious. Difficult choice, eh? Things I was at, last time I was spending time with a friend, was it literally yesterday? No, it was the day before yesterday, right? Yeah, and then, yeah, yesterday I just slept all day. The day before, yes, wait, did I actually sleep all day? Yesterday was, did I actually sleep all day? I wish I knew. Maybe I should think of it this way: the faster I get my dinner, the faster I come back, and faster I play Silksong, which is maybe a bit more convincing than all of the other arguments like food tastes good. Yeah, the thing is that no matter how good a food tastes, it gets meaningless when you are eating it by yourself. And yeah, or I mean that is such a I mean, on one sense, on one hand, it's meaningless. But on the other hand, it is if it refills my sanity points, then maybe it's not so meaningless. But I mean, yeah, that is really yeah. I mean, this is basically where the funny personality trait, I guess, comes in. So I'm not sure if I mentioned I am INFP. I mean, I know Myers-Briggs is not very, scientific, but that aside, I am maybe a bit, how should I say it? I have a kind of worries and carry the kind of weight that usual scientists don't carry for one reason or another. So I mean, which is both good and bad, right? Um, Allows me to maybe play piano and motivates me to be here. But then it also makes me say things like, it's a people that makes a place, and eating by myself is, you know, not as fun. So yeah, I mean, or I don't know, maybe I will enjoy it, um, if I have some streams to, if I listen to some streams when I'm eating, maybe. I mean, last time I did, it was somewhat enjoyable. Or I go to a decent, quote unquote, decent dinner place, to learn about the place. So next time my friend and I can go eat together. That is good. Or unrelated idea is, oh, there's actually an Ethiopian place that is a bit farther from Whole Food. It was actually quite nice. Maybe I could. I mean, usually I would, but then that is a bit far. Um, I'm not sure if I want to drag this sleep-deprived body there and back. And I mean, that is very. I don't even know if that's healthy. Um, yeah, I mean, there is this quote that I've heard when I was undergrad. Basically, I mean, sometimes the healthiest thing you could do for yourself is, just go sleep. I mean, I'm usually not this sleep deprived. I usually sleep like solely like 8, 9, 10 hours a day. It's just, I couldn't sleep in the last couple of days. So yeah, I mean, so I guess that quote doesn't apply directly to me. It applies more to my people in my classmates back then who were a lot more sleep deprived than I was because they study harder things. But yeah, I mean, I feel like every time I try to convince myself to go eat, we end up talking about something else, and then we are never successful in convincing myself to go out and eat. Or just frame it as, some kind of like grocery buying trip, and say that, well, I mean, I have to go out anyways, and then I buy like 3 or 4 days of microwavable food, and now the next half a week's microwavable food tastes much better or more convenient that I can actually microwave it and eat it. Or this is quickly going into a territory where I'm hungry enough that I've failed to successfully convince myself to go and eat, and I am just going to microwave something and eat it. I feel like I kind of go through this like more often than I should. That I do basically this exact thing for a half an hour, and then I microwave food and eat it. Um, that, or I mean, I also have some other worse I also get hit by worse things, like basically getting incapacitated by some other mental things and just sit there for like an hour doing nothing. Glad that right now it's not that, but I mean, enough of this. You know what? I would just listen to one or two songs, and then I would drag myself out there and eat something before I lose a chance. Ideally, or I microwave something. I don't know. In either case, I probably should just turn the stream off for now, And whichever thing happen, if I manage to turn the stream on later, I will let you know. And then maybe you guys can quote unquote keep me accountable. I'm not sure if that's the or should I really go that route? I don't know. It's such a funny route. I mean, people, funny enough, like some streamers actually do that and become healthier that way, or become more responsible that way by saying things like that. So I don't know if I tell you to count on it, that I will go out and eat and be healthy, and then come back to you saying that I actually did that. Would that be good? I mean, now this is really funny, right? Because if my Oshi tells me any if my Oshi says anything close to this on stream, I would be heartbroken to hear that. But then when I'm suffering the exact same thing, I don't, it doesn't bother me nearly as much. Yeah, I mean it is what it is, right? Both good and bad. But I am, of course, I mean, you could love a person as much as you want, or have the world's best intentions, but that doesn't really make you a good partner. By the way, just saying. Um, so it doesn't. So I'm not saying that I would be a good partner or anything like that, romantically. But it is still somehow. What's the term? I don't want to say funny, but it is maybe just who I am or how I am, that I'm able to love someone a lot more than I like myself, and I could wish the best of someone, even if I don't desire anywhere near that or deserve anywhere near that myself. In a different world, this would have I would have grown into, maybe a protector of, I don't know. There's a world where this all of this makes sense. I mean, given I'm streaming right now, maybe there is still a chance that it makes sense just in a different way as from what I don't know. I really don't know. Yeah, I don't know. All I can say is basically that no, I don't know what to say. Maybe I should think of the heck, going back to the previous couple of streams. If you are there and watching this VOD and being heartbroken, first of all, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry for making you feel this way, and maybe I should think of you and go be healthy. I don't know if you exist, and at this point, it's almost like talking to an imaginary friend, which is funny in its own way. In its own way, but still, seeing that how heartbroken I would be if I heard my Oshi say anything like this, if I were to grow into, if anyone will come to see me like that, then I should take good care of myself. because that makes you less sad. Maybe that is the right thing to. Maybe that's the only reasonable thing to say here now. So yeah, I will see you later. Thank you for watching, and I'll hopefully be back later today, and hopefully play some Silk Song or do more programming. I don't know, but I mean, actually, I kind of want to chat more because there is also you know, feeling sad or heartbroken or being wanting the best for my Oshi, I guess, doesn't mean that I want them to, just be free of the world's suffering. Because if they are working hard and streaming it and, I don't know, like suffering for a good cause, then I relate to them versus suffering for a not so good cause, then it's just then it's just a situation right now. So yeah, I mean that was kind of also part of why I turned on the stream today because for lack of a better term, mystery loves company. So there's that. But still, I mean, I should you know, there's maybe still a difference between meaningful suffering that leads to something, so it's all worth it at the end of the day, and maybe not so meaningful ones that I'm just going through for no reason. Yeah, meaningless, or maybe I don't know. All of this is meaningful in the sense that am that I'm kind of atoning for my past. Maybe not. I feel I've atoned enough. And also, I'm not sure if you can hear my stomach noises. Oh, speaking of that, I realized that those like people who do like I don't know. So I actually look at my VOD from last time, and the crunch from the potato chip was very different from what I imagined. I think people who did it actually had much better microphones. So yeah, I mean, anyways, but yeah, I mean there is still no, I mean that is exactly why well, not like exactly, but that is it's funny because I feel like now we're about to head into a very, very heavy topic again. But like watching my Oshi, you know, uh, what's the term? Maybe going back to this very degenerate, broken thing that Misery Loves Company. I maybe I should say I don't necessarily dislike being heartbroken over. I don't necessarily dislike being heartbroken over watching someone I I love suffers. I mean, it is. I don't know. I mean, maybe I should just say that I turn on the stream because even though I've like very little sleep and not being super functional, because of this as well, I feel like some of you might enjoy watching it. I don't know. Watching someone who is falling apart, I guess. But yeah, I mean, I this is okay. This is way too heavy. I should just eat. I should just eat and be a bit more positive. And yeah, or I guess the other option is to kind of you know put on the cherry. Bubbly, bubbly is the wrong word, isn't it? No, I mean that is how it is, right? Put on a bubbly personality and kind of let the degenerate and sad part go through with with the piano, but not just like completely soak and submerge the stream in that vibe, which would be another. I mean, that is what one of my OG seems to be doing, and that is her charming, you know, makes her charming. Although also makes it so that people go into a stream and be like, why are you so different? I mean, yeah, but of course that is how it is, right? I feel like that is another thing that I am maybe a bit surprised that people who are I don't know like not doing not completely healthy mentally can still manage to gather um, enough will, I guess, enough willpower to either put on this bubbly facade. Is that how you pronounce that word? And or decide to um, make the decision to live every day to the fullest. Um, so that it is, that is maybe a kind of people I admire. That people who, how should I say it? People who make a decision to get out of bed and live every day. Not the people who just have that by default, but you know, people who decide to do that every morning. But anyways, yeah, there's that. I should go eat. Yep, see you. I should think of a this greeting and this end stream greeting thing one of these days. For now, see you hopefully later today or sometime. I mean, I have debugging to do. You guys will see me soon enough.